Hey, Mike Robinson with BlackHawk Paramotor USA. We've received a Paramotor, a Kestrel, that was crashed, and we just opened up the box and all, and frankly I'm a little bit perplexed about what we found. The pilot stated that the bolt broke on the swing arm, but what we have found here is a lot of modifications to our unit. Really, the purpose of the video is to show what we've received and to encourage you to fly safe and to use the safety equipment that is included in the package. If there's ever something that you've lost or you're missing from one of our paramotors, please let us know and we'll be sure to send it to you, okay? This is the arm that supposedly broke off. First thing I noticed was an extension of our safety straps. And the straps that connect the carabiner are not ours as well. Ours are red. Ours hold the carabiner tight to the arm. Our safety strap is here. Our safety strap is not gray, nor is it yellow. As you can see, the pilot knew that this strap was too long because he wound it around the carabiner. We've not touched anything. This is the way that it was received. This strap is supposed to connect either with a shackle here or all the way to the carabiner. It can go either way. We had two different versions. One was a long version, one is a short version. Okay? Shackles were included with this customer's paramotor as well as the proper straps. So this was a red flag for me. I was not happy to see this. The other side here is still intact, as you can see. There was a yellow safety strap. It is the same length as the gray, but extending the safety strap by 5 1/2 inches is certainly going to give you a lot of weight shift in one arm versus the other should the bolt break that holds the arm to the pivot point. The second thing is that this arm is bent substantially at the connection point here, as is the frame. In other words, the receiver where that arm goes. My first thought is I'm not saying the bolt didn't break, but my first thought is if the bolt had broken in flight, this would be flopping around, so how could it have bent this and bent the plate? Okay, so another thing that I've found when we unbox this is the exhaust. Instead of using the heat-sensitive rubber for the exhaust silencer bracket, there's cork. Some of it's single layer, some of it is no layer. This bracket is directly against the pipe. Back here, it's a double layer. You may not be able to see this stuff, you guys, but I will send some clear pictures with this video as well. Perhaps you can see in here, there's a series of washers. Two of them are actual lock washers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 6 washers in lieu of the spacer. This is also not our bolt, and this bolt is too long. It goes down through the lock nut and goes into the pipe. It rests against the pipe. That causes a vibration. Last but not least, we were sent the bolt that broke. This bolt is not our bolt. This bolt was replaced, or our bolt was replaced with another bolt. This is not our lock nut. This is not our bolt. Our lock nuts have a shorter shoulder on top than these do. Here's one of ours, and again I will send you a clearer picture of it. This is not zinc. All of our material is zinc. Here's the bolt. You can clearly see it's all zinc. Replacing our hardware with another hardware, perhaps from Home Depot or what have you, is not providing the same type of integrity that we designed the Paramotor with. Again, if you're missing any bolts or what have you, we can give you the grade of the bolt, or I will send you a bolt for free. It's not a big deal. But our bolts are grade 8.8, and they're 7,900 pounds of shear strength, and they're made in America, okay? I don't like Chinese bolts. Not saying this is a Chinese bolt, but in all probability, I'm sure it is. The next thing that we did is the bolt manufacturer asked us to break our bolt. I can see in here, this part is quite porous, and it's a very, very dark gray. We broke one of our bolts. Trust me, it was not easy. In fact, we bent the bolt, and then it finally broke off. We used a sledgehammer and a vise. The interior composition, I can clearly see, is not the same as the bolt that was sent with the unit. I'm not critiquing the pilot. Things happen, accidents happen. The sport's a lot of fun, but it's only as safe as you make it. So again, if you lose some safety straps or some carabiner straps or nuts and bolts on your BlackHawk Paramotor, just give us a call. We'll send you new ones. Okay, it's not a big deal. No charge, no big deal. Another thing that I've noticed here is the strap for the harness is quite long. I don't know really how much effect that has on it, but for those of you who have Kestrels, please make sure that the harness is all the way up and as tight as possible. Anyway, please don't modify our safety gear. Leave it the way it is. It's there for a reason. Let me show you a Kestrel on what this unit did look like when it was shipped. This is a new Kestrel. This is exactly how this unit was shipped previously. These are all red safety straps. They're Dyneema Core 22KN. And notice that they're quite tight to the bar. When these straps are too long, you are changing the thrust line of the paramotor. And that's not what I want you to do. I want it left as it is. Here's a safety strap. Notice that when the pilot is sitting in the seat, this strap has very little play, maybe 3/4 of an inch or so of play. In the event that the arm were to break, or the bolt break for instance, then this will hold that swing arm in a reasonable location. We have tested it, it does work. Do not extend these straps with other straps so that they hang way down. The next thing is make sure that you keep the bolt tight for the swing arm here, okay? You don't want any free play in it like you see here, but of course it does need to move up and down, okay? Do check it. The bolts that we use have a long shoulder on them. They go all the way through. You can double nut it with 2 lock nuts if you like, but do make that part of your pre-flight. Check that bolt, make sure it's tight. This is the new arm retention strap. This was not included in that unit. We've now shipped them to, I believe, everybody out there. If any of you have not received these retention straps, they're free of charge. They come with a nice little diagram with photographs on how to install it. Obviously, as you can see, it's quite easy to install. But in the event that the bolt were to break, then this arm will be restrained at approximately 2.5 inches. You can see here that there's the limit right there. It does have to be loose in order to achieve weight shift, but max weight shift is there, and there you can see that it's beginning to tighten. If the arm comes off, again, we have tested in a simulator, then this only moves about 2.5 inches. If this safety strap is the proper one and it limits it here, it's limited here, you will safely be able to land and make a repair and hopefully finish flying for the rest of the day. Anyway, we have not had any broken bolts, broken arms on any of the Kestrels. There's well over 200 of them out there so far. Very happy with them, and the pilot's feedback regarding the Kestrels has been great. So I hope you find this video informative. If you have any questions whatsoever, give Heidi, myself, Rob, Rick, anybody a call here at BlackHawk Paramotor, and we'll be sure to answer your questions and fulfill your needs. Thank you for watching.